Good evening. I'm Lynn Tadlock, Deputy Executive Director with the Claude Moore Charitable Foundation and a former chairperson of the Community Foundation of Northern Virginia. On behalf of the Claude Moore Foundation, we congratulate Karen on receiving this well-deserved recognition. Early in my grant-making career, I met Karen. We immediately found commonality in our desire to make the Loudoun community more inclusive and thrive, primarily through harnessing the collective impact of government, philanthropy, and business, all equally supporting community needs. Karen, your commitment to our community has enriched and transformed the lives of so many people. Thank you for your leadership and passion. Congratulations, my friend.
Hi, my name is Dave Armstrong, board member of the Community Foundation for Northern Virginia and also the president of Monument Wealth Management in Alexandria, Virginia. The entire Monument team is proud to participate as a sponsor for the 2021 Raise the Region event because we share the Community Foundation's vision to build a community that works for everyone. From the recent launch of the Afghan Relief and Resettlement Fund to the research and analysis that are being done through the Insight Region Hub, that's so critical to making the informed decisions necessary to advise charitable giving and which inspires the civic and social actions which create a more inclusive and prosperous region. My special thanks to all of the donors, as well as all of you participating tonight in our efforts to grow our financial resources and in continuing to make a difference in our community.
Hi, I'm Bob Kipps. Pamela and I and the full Kipps DeSanto team are happy to continue our support to the Community Foundation. Whether it's pandemic response or support for Afghan relief efforts, we truly appreciate the critical role the Community Foundation plays in our region. Thanks.
Washington Gas is the preferred source of safe, clean, reliable energy across the region. But we know our responsibilities don't end there. We're committed to enhancing the quality of life to all residents across the DMV, and that's why we're delighted to be partnering with the Community Foundation for Northern Virginia to address key issues relating to education, environment, and health, today and for generations to come.
Kudos to Karen from All Ages Read Together. Your Quidney Press sponsors want to share a favorite children's book and why it reminds us of you. Bobby Schaufeld picked I Love You to the Moon and Back. That's the story that she read to her girls and grandchildren.
The Giving Book. This reminds me of Karen's generous nature to give of her time, experience, and talent to anyone in need.
Karen, just like the cows in Click Clack Moo, is a change maker in her community using creative problem solving and a little persuasive writing.
Harold and the Purple Crayon. Karen and Harold remind us what wonderful things we can do with our imagination.
Miss Rumphius, because Miss Rumphius and Karen are both brave, independent women who are committed to having a long-lasting impact on this world.
Harriet the Spy, because just like Harriet, Karen has always been precocious, ambitious, and enthusiastic about her future career.
The Little Engine That Could, because you are truly humble and always ready to climb the next mountain.
Hi, I'm Bruce Potter with InsideNova.com. As a community news source and a small local business, Inside Nova's success depends on the success of the entire community. That's why we're delighted to support the Northern Virginia Community Foundation and proud to partner with the Community Foundation to spotlight underserved communities throughout our region.
Business Women's Giving Circle is proud to partner with the Community Foundation for Northern Virginia. Together, we empower girls and women of all ages through collective philanthropy. Our members are accomplished and emerging leaders from many industries and diverse backgrounds throughout the community. We welcome you to join our circle. To learn more, please visit bwgcnova.org.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tashaka Cunningham, and I'm a new board member of the Community Foundation for Northern Virginia. I'm super excited to support this year's Raise the Region Gala, and very excited to be a part of all the great work that the Community Foundation is doing for our Northern Virginia communities. Big congratulations to Karen Schaufeld for winning the Community Leadership Award this year. And I strongly encourage all of you all to reach out and support the Community Foundation in the coming year and years beyond in all the great work it's doing in the community.
Hello, And congratulations to the Community Foundation for Northern Virginia on another outstanding year of service to our region. I'm Trishana Bowden, Vice President of Advancement and Alumni Relations at George Mason University. And I'm also the President of the George Mason University Foundation. Mason is beyond proud to partner with the Community Foundation in its work to support education, entrepreneurship, and equity in communities across Northern Virginia. On behalf of George Mason University's President, Dr. Gregory Washington, and my colleagues at the George Mason University Foundation, thank you so much for your outstanding work.
Good evening. My name is Lawrence McClafferty, and I'm a principal with McCandlish Lillard, a full-service law firm with offices in Fairfax and Loudoun counties. McCandlish has served the Northern Virginia community for more than 110 years, and we admire and actively support the Community Foundation's work in growing philanthropy, responding to the needs of our local community, and in building a community that works for everyone. We extend our sincere congratulations and thanks to Karen Schaufeld as this year's recipient of the 2021 Community Leadership Award, and we wish you all a wonderful evening as we connect to celebrate local philanthropy.
Odin, Feldman, and Pittleman is proud to support the Community Foundation for Northern Virginia in its mission to respond to need, seed innovation, and lead and convene the community in order to build a community that works for everyone. We are proud to help raise the region.
Hello, we are Daphne and Bernard Mustafa from WB20, and we are proud to sponsor the Community Foundation for Northern Virginia's 2021 Raise the Region Gala. We want to do our part to help this community respond to need and to seed innovation.
In addition, we value the contributions of our community to our community of Karen Schaufeld, the 2021 Community Leadership Award honoree. Congrats, Karen. Finally, we want Northern Virginia to be the best it can be for all who live and work here. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 2021 Raise the Region event hosted by the Community Foundation for Northern Virginia. I'm Leon Harris of NBC4, and I am so pleased to be back here with you as your host this evening. Thank you all for tuning in tonight from the comfort of your homes. And a special welcome to everyone who's gathered across our region at sponsor-hosted pod parties. Please be sure and take some pictures, selfies or group pics using the photo engagement frame that was sent to you earlier, and share those photos all night long on social media using the hashtag #RaiseTheRegion. Tonight, we're going to raise money to support the Community Foundation for Northern Virginia's core efforts to build a community that works for everyone. We're also here to celebrate and honor an individual who has dedicated her time, resources, and talents to making this region a better place. The 2021 Community Leadership Award honoree, Karen Schaufeld. Before we begin, let me draw your attention to our online auction. I know after the year that we've had, we're all wanting some unique experiences and some fun activities in our lives. So enjoy some outdoor activities with the family, a night out on the town with your spouse, or indulge in some pampering. Check out items like these in our Pamper and Polish, Family Fun, and Date Night categories of the auction. Looking for travel and adventure? For the Europe lover, enjoy a classic getaway in the south of France. Take your family to the Poconos Mountains, or enjoy a night away at a Virginia bed and breakfast for two. Golf, anyone? For all my golfers out there, take another opportunity to perfect your swing with a round of golf at some of the area's finest courses in the golf and fitness category of the auction. Let's play ball. We can finally enjoy some sports and entertainment events in the nation's capital, so don't miss out on catching a Nats game in 2022. Bid now on items in the sports and memorabilia category. Go to www.cfnova.org/raisetheregion to bid on any auction item, and keep it up. The bidding is going to remain open through the weekend and will close at 8 p.m. on Monday evening. If you're a winner, we'll notify you and arrange the delivery of your item straight to your home. No pickup required. You can also purchase a raffle ticket for a couple's getaway with a 2-night stay at the luxurious Ritz-Carlton Hotel in Grand Cayman. Only 100 tickets are available for $100 each, and they're selling quickly. You can purchase your ticket at www.cfnova.org/raisetheregion or by adding the raffle tickets to your cart. Above all, please donate at any time tonight or through the next week. You can text CFNV to 56651 to make a donation, or you can simply add a donation to your cart while participating in the auction. We'll be showing you this number several times tonight, so you won't miss it. Thank you for your support. If you require any technical support tonight, please call the number that's now up on your screen, which will be shared again later. We have experts standing by to ensure a smooth experience for everyone tonight. Join in the conversation tonight. On social media, use the hashtag #RaiseTheRegion when posting messages and photos. Once you've logged onto the event on your phone, you'll see a chat box, so share stories there, chat with other virtual attendees, and ask questions of the Community Foundation's team if you'd like. Again, the link is www.cfnova.org/raisetheregion. Now, before the program begins, let's start by thanking the sponsors who made this entire event possible. Our signature sponsors, Claude Moore Charitable Foundation, John and Nina Toops Charitable Fund, Nolan Family Charitable Fund, Schaufeld Family Foundation, and Fred Schaufeld, Tony and Annette Nader, Cliff and Debbie White, Swan Investors Management. The community leadership sponsors, Ted and Lynn Leonsis, and Truist. The auction sponsor, Pohanka Automotive Group. The photo engagement sponsor, Monument Wealth Management. The raffle sponsor, Cami Marcus Family Fund. Community wealth building sponsors, Tom and Hillary Baltimore. The Blackthorn Foundation. David and Amy Bosserman. Dewberry. Eileen Ellsworth and Bob Weil. Robert and Pamela Kipps. Lubetsky Family Foundation. TELUS Corporation. Washington Gas. And John H. Wolf WealthSpire Advisors. And the Quidney Press sponsor, supported by members of the All Ages Read Together Board of Directors. Thank you all for your support. We really appreciate it. And now, sip your wine and eat your dinner and enjoy our presentation tonight. I am pleased to welcome Eileen Ellsworth, President and CEO of the Community Foundation, to join me tonight. Eileen, it is so good to see you again.
Great to see you again tonight.
You know what? Thank you for inviting me to join you. But the last time we had this, we sat down and had a conversation. Last year,
yes.
Who would have thought that we would be doing this thing virtually again this year, thanks to the pandemic, and it's life as we know it right now. We've got to deal with it.
It is. You know, we miss seeing everybody. We miss that personal interaction. It helps build community. Mm-hmm. But given the spread of the Delta variant, we knew this was the safest course, and hopefully we'll all be together again next year.
Yes, here's hoping. So let's talk about tonight's theme. Tonight's theme is building a community that works for everyone.
Right.
Tell us about what the Community Foundation does to make that happen.
So that's our vision statement, and as such it is both inspirational, but it's also aspirational, because our community doesn't work for everyone. So there's really a two-step process in realizing that aspiration, that vision. Mm-hmm. The first is building the foundation of community. You know, our mantra at the Community Foundation these days is we do nothing alone. We have to seek out, we have to find, we have to partner with other like-minded institutions so we can work together, amplify each other's work. And the second step towards realizing that vision is to use the sharpest tools we've got in our toolbox, which these days, no doubt about it, is data. We launched a Center for Research and Data Analysis in 2020 that we call Insight Region. And it is just dedicated to helping the region understand its greatest challenges and opportunities. In September of 2020, we hired Elizabeth Hughes, a new Senior Director of Insight Region. And to date, the center has issued 3 research briefs, all under the banner of inclusive prosperity. We've taken a look at housing burden in the region, economic mobility of our children in the region, how to support our minority business owners coming out of the pandemic. And what I so appreciate about the data is that it contextualizes Northern Virginia with the rest of Metro DC and the rest of the country, so that we can not only see how we're doing here alone, but also within the context of the entire metro region and the entire country. And that's where some of the surprises are coming in. I can tell you that it's just changing the nature of the conversations we are having. It is leading to more robust, data-driven conversations, and I know it's going to lead to better outcomes.
The Community Foundation is all about giving everyone the opportunity to succeed. And this idea resonates deeply with board member Paul Singh, who has experienced himself an incredible journey that really encapsulates the American dream. Take a look.
I came to America in '71 with $50 in my pocket and lots of dreams. We have the American dream, as many do. And I was fortunate to get educated, to have employment, to become an entrepreneur, because some people believed in me and they funded me. The American dream can be achievable by everybody. If that support is there, I believe with hard work, with education, with training and dreaming, that is achievable. This is where the Community Foundation comes in. To the extent we can bring that economic opportunity I was talking to, kids can go to school, they are fed, the family has resiliency, that's going to bring up more people, dreaming, and then they can achieve their goal. And if we can facilitate it, I think that brings it the parity for everybody.
What a remarkable statement, and it says so much about the Community Foundation and what it does and what's possible here. Just really great to see and hear that. Well, now, we know the Community Foundation awarded more than $2 million of emergency response support last year to address the immediate impact of COVID-19. So how has the Community Foundation continued to do that kind of support this year?
So we launched an initiative in the fall of 2020 called Build Back, Dream Forward, and simply stated, it was intended to help those in the region that were most disproportionately impacted by the health impacts and the economic impacts of the virus. The goals of Build Back, Dream Forward were threefold. It was to improve social and economic mobility, racial justice and equity, and more inclusive systems of economic growth in the region. So those were really the pillars. But past is not prologue, right? Mm-hmm. So what really animates us every day is the mission, and that's what gets us out of bed. That's what gets us thinking about the potentialities and possibilities today and into the future.
People make the difference.
People make all the difference.
They make all the difference. And if you like going into your office every single day and doing it with the people that are there, you can accomplish almost anything. Wow. I hadn't seen these numbers before. $78 million in cumulative grant making over the past 43 years.
Yes.
That's a lot of money, doing a lot of good, I'm sure.
Yes.
Tell me how proud you are of hitting that kind of milestone.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, of course we're proud of that. Our board members, our current board members, our past board members, all donors to the organization, they really led that charge.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned racial justice and inclusive prosperity.
Yes.
They continue to be ongoing issues across the region, as you've noted.
Yes.
So how did the community conversation investments expand this conversation and actually prompt real change?
It really was the result of an internal dialogue around a recognition of our organization's own limitations.
Mm-hmm.
So there's 2.5 million people in Northern Virginia. Mm-hmm. We've got 30,000 names in our database. Mm-hmm. I mean, our reach is only so big.
Mm-hmm.
So we suspected many of these other anchor institutions like us wanted to have these conversations, but it wasn't part of their usual business. So we called every one of them up and we said, if we gave you a grant to defray the staff costs related to planning and hosting a community conversation that invites your databases in around racial justice and equity, economic mobility, inclusive systems of economic growth, would you do it? And they all said, well, yeah, we do. We love that. That is exactly what happened. And it did broaden the conversation. It did transform them the same way it transformed us. We were particularly proud of those grants and happy at their impact.
So finally then, let me ask you, what is your hope for the region's future? What do you see down the road? What would you like to see down the road?
So my hope for the country, of which our region is a part, is there be a kind of civic and social healing that goes on. And I believe that, for example, today, where we have decreasing social trust in institutions, tomorrow there'll be just stronger ties that bind us to each other. Something that lays the ground for increasing trust. And whereas today there's a lot of civic fragmentation, I'm hoping that tomorrow there's a kind of civic wholeness. In fact, the word whole and heal actually come from the same word. Institutions of renewal, like community foundations and many others that are already in existence and that haven't yet been born, right? They're going to have a very significant role to play in this kind of civic and social healing.
And my hope is that someday we will see the world you hope for.
Thank you.
And you folks out there can help make this happen. We're going to do our best. Eileen Ellsworth, it is always a pleasure to talk to you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right, take care. All right, now please turn your attention to our first story about the Community Foundation's Build Back, Dream Forward initiative and its community conversation investments all across our region. Take a look.
The mission of Leadership Prince William is to engage and inspire individuals and our alumni through collaborative leadership. We used the grant from the Community Foundation to create conversations around equity and inclusion. It created a thread that was woven throughout our entire class year and really sort of colored the way that our program turned out this year. We were having conversations about affordable housing, and we brought to light a lot of things that people really didn't know about. And to see the participants in our program actually learning so much about what's going on all around them, or to be able to tell their classmates about some of their own experiences around finding affordable and safe housing. I think it just deepens that spirit of collaboration amongst the leaders of our community.
There was a period of time
in between jobs, applied for over 50 jobs with a PhD, and had been unable to locate a full-time career position and had to leave my home. And for the next 11 months, my son and I had to bounce from place to place. We lived with some people we barely knew and some people we really didn't know. And it was very difficult. That's an experience I've never had before, but it's one that so many people in this region have. And I think that it needs to be addressed. And the resources, we need resources to be put in place to assist individuals and families that are going through that.
So I'm passionate about affordable housing because it impacted me growing up. I am an immigrant from El Salvador. I moved here in '89. I went to Arlington Public Schools. I went to Fairfax County Schools. And I moved to Prince William County 17 years ago. And this is the only county where I've had stability because I purchased my home and I have lived in that same home since. I did not have stability growing up. I lived with a single mom and 3 other siblings, and she was making minimum wage, working 2 to 3 jobs at a time to try to make ends meet. So we're constantly moving from one apartment to the next, which is why I had to move from Arlington to Fairfax to Springfield area, etc.
I think it's really important for us to continue to have conversations about issues like affordable housing because so many individuals and families are impacted by affordable housing. Intersects with every facet of life, from education to health, as we've seen this past year with the pandemic, to social issues, to criminal justice issues. And so it's very important that we take the time to really have the conversation and dissect these issues.
There's a wealth gap within the county. It can be tied back to the FDR administration displacing an entire community in what is Triangle today, but it can also be tied back to many other communities who were redlined or that were redlined and didn't receive the right funding in order to have affordable housing 50 years ago.
I believe that conversation is definitely the first step. However, that conversation has to be followed up by action, and that means challenging our leaders in different industries to address issues of affordable housing and systemic racism and a lot of the inequities that our society is plagued with. And most people that are hit the hardest are those people who are poor, and oftentimes those people who are minorities. So I think that the conversation is the start, but we need to start enacting policies and practices and programs that are really going to attack these issues head on.
It's important for grant makers, such as the Community Foundation, as well as leadership programs to come together. While one has the funds, the other one has the networks. And when they collaborate, then great things happen.
The role of the Community Foundation and Leadership Prince William is essential in amplifying the voices of individuals, advocates, leaders who are on the ground working with individuals and families daily to address pertinent needs in our community. Now I have a seat at the table, my voice is being heard, and I plan to use it.
In the future, these conversations are definitely going to be a part of Leadership Prince William, both for our alumni and for the class of 2022 and beyond. We've learned so much, and there's so much more that we can learn about DEI.
We use the grants, the Build Back, Dream Forward grants from the Community Foundation for Northern Virginia to host 2 community conversations, one in May and the other one in June. The first one in May dealt with the invisibility of racism, and the second one in June focused on different ways of promoting volunteer management systems. It is absolutely important to have the conversation as a first step because we come to conversations about racism from a position of fear, from a position of not knowing, from a position of, oh, I may offend. So it is important to have open and frank and fair conversations to sort of level the playing field and try and understand each other as you can take what you've learned and turn it now into action. We have seen a direct impact based on these community conversations. As a staff, we have launched a DEI work group. Our board has made a commitment to actively seek ways to diversify its board members. Just for our organization alone, this grant has had a huge impact and will begin to affect the community change. Not only is Volunteer Fairfax thankful, as a BIPOC leader in Volunteer Fairfax. I am very grateful for the opportunity to be on the planning and executing stage of this grant from the Community Foundation for Northern Virginia. It really has opened my eyes on my journey. It empowers me and it's heartening to see others want to learn, to see others like, oh wow, I didn't realize that. The journey is 360. You know, we all come from somewhere and we all do things for a reason, but together we will be better. There is a powerful quote by Maya Angelou that states, when we know better, we do better. And I believe it challenges us that we can't hide behind the veil of ignorance anymore. I believe now that we know better, we are challenged to do better. We have a responsibility to our generation and the upcoming generations to do better.
VOICE stands for Virginians Organized for Interfaith Community Engagement. We don't pretend to come to a conversation with the answers. We come to the conversation to hear what people are facing, to think about and see if there are common trends and themes from the different listening sessions that we do. VOICE is an action-oriented organization. We are all about listening to our communities and then actually making change and difference in people's lives. That's the crux of why VOICE has been so successful over the last few years that we've been able to do things. We've worked to get a public defender's office in Prince William County because we learned from the community that people didn't have access to legal services. We've worked to get, $80 million plus from the governor of Virginia during the pandemic for rent and mortgage relief, because that's what we heard from our community. So VOICE is all about taking the steps necessary to influence change in society, even if it's small change, but it makes a difference in that particular community based on the listening sessions that we've been doing. The listening sessions that we held with the help of the Community Foundation essentially identified mental health as one of the crises that was facing the community. We found out that a way to resolve that would be through these community response centers, where we could essentially have centers to be able to serve that community. And we worked with the politicians. Through those listening sessions, we are now on track to put funds together and actually build some of the first crisis response centers in Virginia. So that's an effective way from going from listening to actual results of bringing about change for people. At VOICE, we really value this relationship with the Community Foundation. VOICE is an effective listening agent through its institutions, through its multiple resources, to be able to hear what are the issues that the community is facing. And the Community Foundation really wants to know what are those issues so that we can help to better our society and our community. So this relationship in the future is one that can continue to serve this community effectively.
Ladies and gentlemen, as a journalist in this region, I've witnessed a lot of hardships and challenges in Northern Virginia, but the Community Foundation is uniquely positioned to deploy public resources to address these pressing needs in our community. And after 43 years in operation, they are here for the long game, developing sources of patient capital to lay the foundation for a better future for all who live and work here, building a community that works for everyone. And now, we ask you to invest in your community. Help the Community Foundation raise the region, participate in the online auction, make a donation. Any gift at any level makes a difference. Let's make an impact. If you've not registered already, you may do so at any time at www.cfnova.org/raisetheregion. We're about to take a brief stretch break to allow you some time to bid. Up next, the Community Foundation goes beyond support of basic needs to impact the broader health and well-being of our region through the Arts and Environment Funds. But first, please welcome Josiah Day, Director of Development at the Community Foundation, with an important engagement opportunity.
Good evening. It is my pleasure to join each of you tonight to offer some prizes that we have collected for your engagement in our virtual Raise the Region event. Now have your phones ready as we kick off Raise the Region Challenge number 1, the online auction. So make a bid, any bid on any item in our online auction before the countdown timer ticks down on your screen. All bidders are going to be entered into a drawing to win a $100 gift card to Cafe OG. It is that simple. If you need the link to join again, it is www.cfnova.org/raisetheregion. We will be sharing the winner of this first challenge through the event chat, as well as through a text message to all registered bidders. A small sampling of our auction offerings include a 1-week stay in a luxury penthouse level, 3-bedroom, 3-bath condo located at the club at Hammock Beach in Palm Coast, Florida. This beautiful condo offers unparalleled views of the 9th hole of the Championship Ocean Golf Course and a non-obstructive view of the ocean. The resort offers guests 2 PGA golf courses, a 5-star spa, 7 restaurants, and more. And that's all valued at $8,000. Or how about a Washington Nationals VIP experience, which includes 4 seats behind home plate, 2 VIP parking passes, and access to the exclusive Delta Sky 360 Club with perks such as an air-conditioned lounge and complimentary food and beverages delivered right to your seats, valued at $1,300. Want a great family bonding experience? How about a 2-hour session with Nova Labs blacksmithing experts for up to 6 people? Participants will learn to work safely with blacksmithing forge and tools to bang metal into useful shapes. This harkens back to the dawn of the Iron Age, approximately 1200 to 1500 BC. Bid on this experience now in the family fun category of the auction. Are you tired of virtual sip and paint parties? Well, not to worry. Gather 5 of your friends to enjoy a tasting and tour for up to 6 guests at Willowcroft Farm Vineyards. Bid on this item now in the party category of the auction. Your participation in the auction directly supports the Community Foundation's ability to build a community that works for everyone. Thank you in advance. Raise the Region Challenge number 1 begins now.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you had an opportunity to place some bids in the auction. Remember, bidding continues all night and it's not going to close down until 8 p.m. on Monday. By now, you have seen the Community Foundation's impact in our region, addressing and responding to critical need through its Build Back, Dream Forward initiative. What you may not know is that the Community Foundation also promotes some deep interests across the region that impact the broader health and well-being of our community. Tonight, we highlight the Community Foundation's Environment Fund and the Ross Roberts Fund for the Arts, both established in 2018 as components of the Permanent Fund for Northern Virginia. As such, they will be forever sources of philanthropy, helping to build a world-class, dynamic, vibrant arts and culture sector in our region and protecting the region's natural environment. Each fund to date has awarded $150,000 in grants. Now we'll hear from members of our community supporting the goals of these funds and see the impact through our 2021 grantees.
Well, I established the Ross Roberts Fund for the Arts because I wanted a well-run legacy for myself and my late wife, Sue Getz Ross. And I knew that the Community Foundation had the skills to do it. The arts, and singing in my case, were a very important part of my life. They gave me inspiration. They gave me a chance to be creative. This is all a very important part of life.
ArtStream is an amazing program where we offer performance opportunities to people with intellectual and developmental disabilities and autism. And we do that through classes, through inclusive theater companies, and through our cabaret companies. We have about 1,200 students a year and about 800 classes a year. The goal of all of our performing arts programming is improving communication and social skills.
Part of the concept of this fund is to open it up as widely as possible to provide opportunities for people from all different backgrounds and interests. We intended for it to be as open and diverse as possible.
The arts is such an incredible vehicle for improving lives and creating a community. We've seen students who, in their first year in our inclusive theater company, maybe they didn't speak at all. And in the second year, they had one line. And then next year, they're singing maybe and dancing. And every year they're improving. And we create that space through the performing arts to be your best self, wherever that is today.
Arts are important to the community because it's from the heart. It's about creative things. It's about how much to combine anything that you want to tell a story. So when I'm on stage, I feel great.
ArtStream means that Lucas has a continuing way to present himself to the world. I have seen Lucas grow in many different ways, creating his own character. There's a growth every single year, which is amazing to me, and I find that to be a great way for him to grow.
Every actor auditions. They can do whatever they want. And it's an opportunity to show intent. One of the most important things about ArtStream is the opportunity for people to shine, to get applause. Here are people who are often ignored on stage, and people are cheering for them. And they come off stage and they're just so happy and excited and proud. And that's what the arts can do.
I'm very thankful to the Community Foundation. It's always amazing to be notified that you're going to receive funds, and it will be annual, allows for an amazing chance to grow the organization. And especially these adults are so in need of a way to present themselves and to be part of the community.
The arts nurture creativity. They also provide people inspiration, satisfaction. Picture yourself listening to music. There's more there than just taking in notes. You react to it. This should be part of the toolkit to rendering Northern Virginia a healthy and wonderful place to live.
The Audubon Naturalist Society works in the Metro DC area. We're an independent Audubon society that helps to connect people with nature.
In 2021, the Environment Fund made a grant to the Audubon Naturalist Society and its partner organizations to work on this project on the Route 1 corridor to really get the community there involved in working with Little Hunting Creek and improving that watershed. I think the Audubon Naturalist Society is a great fit because they've been working across not only Northern Virginia, but Maryland and other parts of the region as well. Funding this program this year on the Route 1 corridor, where we're seeing lots of redevelopments in Fairfax County and a real need for people to be aware of how their actions can impact the environment. Audubon has worked with organizations, they work with kids, they've got strong educational leaders, so they bring so much to the table. I think it was a really good choice.
This goes down to the implementation at the local level because we involve the community in the projects that we select to fund. These aren't large corporate entities that we're funding local activities at a local level to preserve green space, improve water, and ensure a lifestyle that really makes us one of the truly important areas in the country and attractive areas to live in.
The youth is our future. Doing these activities and these events are setting the foundation for their future education and experiences that they're going to take with them for the rest of their life. One thing our kids love is experiments, bringing them in to do art projects, anything along those lines. So being able to interact hands-on is really important to them. And when they're able to combine like that science piece, that what happens if I do this, then they're so much more engaged and interacted, and then they ask questions later. The Community Foundation's grant to Audubon Naturalist Society is what makes all of our outdoor programming possible.
So the program today will be working with an Enviroscape, which is a setup almost like a Lego community where the kids are able to see what happens when it rains and what happens to pollution as the rain rushes across an impervious surface like a road. The second part of the program is partnering with Minority Tech Foundation, who has an augmented reality app that kids are able to hold up a smart device, be able to see through the smart device. It looks just like your camera, but then you're able to virtually plant trees on the landscape. And we can use that to really talk about what those trees will do and how it will affect the place that they live.
Colchester is very thankful for the Community Foundation along with A&S for partnering with our community, especially so that we can gain more interest in our creek and in nature. The children have enjoyed it and has shown more interest in taking care of our backyard, not only just our creek area, but also all areas of the community. I have seen children pick up various things just from walking by, or has just allowed them to be able to have more responsibility for their community. So the children had a lot of aha moments because there were things that they discovered in the creek that they didn't even know were there. Besides, our activity was talking about the creek. Once they were able to actually see the entrances that we even have that go deeper into the creek, they were very excited to know that we have living animals back there in our creek. So it just makes it more of our responsibility to make sure that we're doing our part for our community and keeping our community clean and safe.
Our ultimate goal is to get the voices of the residents who live in these communities along the Route 1 corridor to understand that they can have an impact on what happens as the Route 1 corridor is being redeveloped.
The environment is an important cause for us to focus on because it's been overlooked, it's been overshadowed. It's always, well, we got to worry about people, we got to worry about jobs. They often don't think there's any environment to save, but there is. We've got parks, we've got animals, we've got birds, we've got plants, and we've got people. And we've got people who have health issues and sanity issues and need green space to live and need a healthy environment where they can be safe and happy. And so the environment is all these things to all these people, and that's why we need an environment fund. I think the Community Foundation is a really great organization to work with. I've worked with a lot of different organizations in this region, and I'm very impressed by their professionalism, their dedication to the region, their knowledge of all the issues, and also they're just great people to work with. They're just genuinely friendly and compassionate, and I couldn't think of a better organization to be involved with.
The Environment Fund is so critical to support in the Northern Virginia region. We are developing at a rapid pace, and the areas that are at most risk are in fact areas like this that are along streams. And to have a long-term support of the Environment Fund will help us protect those corridors and support outreach like this in the community.
Folks, the Community Foundation is uniquely positioned to respond to the region's current and future needs and to support the fabric of our community. It partners across sectors to seed innovative solutions to complex social problems. And through initiatives such as Insight Region, its Center for Community Research, it is a leader in Northern Virginia, elevating a whole community narrative for better, more impactful philanthropic investments, constantly striving to build a community that works for everyone. Now, the Community Foundation is asking us to help raise the region. Every gift, whether large or small, can make a difference. So don't take my word for it, though. Here again is Celeste Land, a member of the Environment Fund Committee.
You don't have to be a billionaire or a millionaire or even a thousandaire to make a big difference in your community. All it takes is $10, $20. No amount is too small to help the Community Foundation and benefit the community.
Let's help the Community Foundation raise the region. Your support will help the Community Foundation build a community that works for everyone. Here's the link once again, www.cfnova.org/raisetheregion. Or you can text CFNV to 56651 to make a donation. Coming up, we present the 2021 Community Leadership Award to honoree Karen Schaufeld. But first, the Community Foundation challenges each of you to engage right now. Get out your phones as you hear once again from Josiah Day, Director of Development.
Good evening once again. Thanks to all of you who have participated in our online auction already. Bidding is still open. Now it's time for Raise the Region Challenge number 2, Stand Up and Pledge. We invite you to get up from your couch to stretch and refill your glasses while you grab your phones and pledge your support. Please donate and give generously. Each and every one of you tuning in tonight has a deep-seated investment in the Northern Virginia region. If you can give $5,000, please do so. If you can give $500, thank you very much. And if you can give $50, we are so grateful. Every donation, no matter how large or small, will support the Community Foundation's ability to grow philanthropy, to respond to need, seed innovation, and lead and convene the community. It's that simple. A donation at any level will get you an entry into a drawing to win a $100 gift card to Nostos Restaurant. Donate directly through our online event or text CFNV to 56651. Here's the link once again, www.cfnova.org/raisetheregion. The winner will be announced via the chat box and through a text message after the countdown timer gets to 0. Thanks in advance for helping the Community Foundation for Northern Virginia build a community that works for everyone. Raise the Region Challenge number 2 begins now.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your support. As a reminder, donations and auction bids will be accepted through 8 p.m. on Monday evening. And now, it is my absolute honor and privilege to introduce you to the 2021 Community Leadership Award honoree, Karen Schaufeld. She is a philanthropist, author, entrepreneur, and lawyer. But these words do not do justice to an individual who works tirelessly each and every day to make our region a better place. The Community Leadership Award is the longest-standing recognition-based award of its kind in our region and is presented annually for outstanding community service and dedication to improving the quality of life for all Northern Virginians. Please turn your attention to your screen to celebrate and honor this remarkable woman.
It means so much to me to win this award because I've observed other leaders, people I admire, receiving the award, and it's really a strange thing to be getting it myself. I always hesitate because it's never just me. I mean, there's just a whole bunch of people doing a lot of great work, and because I have the title, I'm getting the opportunity to get the award, and it's strange. It's really strange, but really beautiful, and I can only hope that I continue to do work that puts me in the class of the people who've come before me. I have to say, education for me is really the foundation of everything. All of the things that foundationally give you the opportunity to fully be whoever you are. I mean, no matter where you go or what you do, if you have those tools, you can accomplish a lot more. So that's why I always focus on education. I was in a place with a good school system. I was able to have, great teachers, some of whom my dad had, and this is just sort of these people with long-term goals of helping their community. All of those things, somebody had already set it up, the roads, the schools, the organizations, the tools for me. My job is to make sure that other people have the same ability, the same things spread out for them to say, take advantage of these things. I have this sort of illness to fix things. I see a problem, I feel like I have to do something about it. It's like, well, can I actually do something with my time and my resources? Can I actually be effective? 100 Women Strong is, for me, just so incredibly satisfying and wonderful. I get to work with a whole bunch of people from the community. We all come from different perspectives. We have different strengths and skills. It's a collective. It's a collective effort. It's a lot of people out there, making sure that we can make the community better. The greatest thing I would like to say to the Community Foundation of Northern Virginia is I am truly, truly thankful that they exist, that they've been out there for so many years doing the great work that they have, supporting the nonprofits, helping the people in the community. Thank you for letting me learn from you. Thank you for honoring me, but honestly, it's more about honoring the work of all the people that I work with. And I'm just truly blessed to live in this community.
It is my honor and pleasure to award you today with the Community Foundation for Northern Virginia's Community Leadership Award. It is the longest standing award of its kind in the region, and we're delighted that you're accepting it this year. We have had many folks interview and share their thoughts about you, their impressions of you, and the impact of your work in community. And we thought before we got to the award presentation, it might be fun to listen to their voices and to hear some of the things that they have to say about you and the impact of your work in Northern Virginia. So let's listen.
One word to describe Karen Schaufeld. For me, that word is authentic. When you meet Karen, it's very, very clear that she is exactly who she presents herself to be.
I think she's a diminutive dynamo. I've never seen anybody like that. But she's always got a zillion things going. she still has time to shine that light and that power on those in need. Now, if that isn't a great thing, then I'm misreading the whole world.
There are several terms that come to mind when I think about her. One is compassion. Another one is passion. Another one is bridge builder and community builder.
She comes up with an idea, people tell her she's crazy, it will never work, but she goes forward anyway, and she puts not only her time and effort, but she puts her money where her mouth is to actually make it happen.
Karen will say she does her best thinking while she's in the shower. And I know that was the case when she came up with the idea for Homeland Strong. And often when she has a great new light bulb moment, she'll confess, yes, I was thinking about it in the shower.
She'll let you know if she doesn't agree, but she's very open to hearing other people's opinions.
I think Karen always thinks about, is there a way to make it better? Is there something I can do? Or are there people that I know that I can bring together to help make this situation better? Rarely does Karen see a situation and say, there's nothing about this that needs improvement.
I call her the Renaissance woman. She's really involved in historic preservation, understands everything about solar energy and electric transfer, and writing children's books, and the relationship between the elderly and children and the power of reading through All Ages Read Together.
She has devoted a certain portion of her life that she doesn't have to do. To spend that portion helping others succeed. What better thing could you do with your life than that?
I can't think of anyone who deserves this honor from the Community Foundation more than Karen. I think it is fair to say she spends the majority of her time thinking about how she can improve the world around her. She has consistently given her all to creating the best, most strategic, efficient, and durable solutions to the problems that she sees around her.
There are many different hats Karen wears. And I think what's great when you watch her in action is you see the facility in which she can change hats and still deliver at a very, very high level.
She thinks long-term, she thinks big picture, and she thinks of scalability. So fundamentally, those are the ways that you make sure that programs exist for a lot longer than just a person's lifetime.
Karen, congratulations on this award. I cannot think of anyone more deserving. You are an inspiration to me and to so many of the women and men in our community. You've inspired me to get more involved with local and state politics and to feel like my voice really matters. Thank you for being my friend, and again, congratulations.
Karen, it is such an honor to be part of this tribute to you as you win the Community Leadership Award. It's really very hard for me to imagine someone more deserving. You have done so much for this community, for everyone around you, for countless numbers of people who might never meet you, because you are an inspiring, generous, philanthropic leader. Congratulations.
That's a little daunting. That was lovely, lovely. So you are the 2021 winner of the Community Leadership Award. The sheer scope and breadth of the issues that you have tackled in greater community is so impressive, Karen. And this is our way of saying thank you to you for all you've done and continue to do on behalf of Northern Virginia. Thank you on behalf of a grateful community, and congratulations.
Thank you so much. This is, well, that's heavy. That's pretty, that's hefty. This means so much to me. I've looked up to you and the Community Foundation for a very long time as best in class, the group that's out there understanding all the needs in the community. And it's an honor, and I can't rest on the laurels, right?
No such thing.
No.
For someone who's dauntless.
So much more out there to do, but this means so much to me at this moment. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Karen. It's our honor and pleasure to award you with this.
Oh, thank you.
I would like to offer my heartfelt congratulations to Karen on this remarkable award and achievement. Thank you for all you do, Karen. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us tonight to help raise the region. Remember, bidding remains open through Monday at 8 p.m. Let's look forward to next year when the Community Foundation is planning to raise the region in person on Friday, October 7th, 2022. Hope to see you there. And now to close us out, please welcome back Eileen Ellsworth, President and CEO of the Community Foundation for Northern Virginia.
Leon, thank you so much for spending the evening with us. We are incredibly grateful for your partnership and support. Karen Schaufeld, congratulations once again on winning the 2021 Community Leadership Award. You are a strategic and highly effective advocate for the needs of Northern Virginia. Your passion is clearly contagious. On behalf of the entire region, Karen, thank you. In fact, tonight's program is replete with local heroes who, like Karen, engage in both the science and the art of community building. Each of you are helping to co-create a powerful, shared, whole community narrative that is essential for social change. And in that process, you're not alone and you're not starting from scratch. You are actually advancing more inclusive economic growth, regional equity, economic mobility, and community resilience. And we are proud to call you community colleagues. Thank you to our amazing and generous Raise the Region sponsors and donors. This year, we broke a record for pre-event revenue. Incredible. Thank you to our planning committee that met for months to make this event a success. Thanks to the amazing board and staff of the Community Foundation. There is no Community Foundation without you. And thanks to every single person tuning in tonight. Your generosity and trust is what fuels our work to help build a community that works for everyone. Please remember our auction will continue through Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. There is still time to bid, to donate, and to share the Community Foundation's mission with friends and family. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone. Stay safe, stay well, and we'll see you all again soon. Good night.